Welcome back to DIY Wood Revival. I'm Fabian. In this video I'm going to show you how I turn these chairs that were going to end up in the bin into custom dining chairs. Let's get started. These beauties cost me $10 each off Facebook Marketplace. 8 of them. They've got that classic school detention look. Chipped wood, mystery stains, and the legs have seen better decades. Perfect candidate for a glow up or the dump. Let's aim for the first one. First step, tackling the rust. I'm using a wire wheel on a drill to clean up the legs. It's messy, noisy, and occasionally throws a bits of steel in my face. So basically a good time. When you're using the wire wheel, just keep moving steady. Don't press too hard or you'll end up messing up the metal. Slow and easy wins the day. Okay, so I've taken all the loose paint off all the chairs, scuffed up all the paint that's left on the chairs. Now I'll put a bit of rust converter on it just to stop any more rust forming underneath the paint that I will apply probably tomorrow. Stuff's pretty lethal, so try not to get on your skin, but it's pretty easy to put it on. Just brush it on anywhere there's a bit of rust or exposed steel and it'll turn purple. Pretty good to go. Once all the loose rust's gone, I'm brushing on some rust converter. This stuff's pretty cool. Goes on looking like you're painting with milk, and then it dries into a hard black coating that stops the rust from spreading. Feels a bit like magic, only instead of a big reveal, you just end up with legs that don't crumble when you touch them. Alright, next step, I've got to fill up all these damages with some wood filler, so that sand it smooth and get a real nice finish before we paint it. It's pretty easy to apply, just smear it over the damages. On the edges it's a bit harder on the edges, but just build it up higher than the rest of it and then you can sand it flush and stuff. Sand's easy as. Some of these chairs look like they've been through some rough years, but a bit of filler helps smooth everything up. Just spread it on, let it dry, and then we'll clean everything up. When you're applying filler, don't try and overfill the holes. It's better to do a couple of thin layers and let each one dry properly. Saves you sanding time and keeps everything smoother in the end. Once the filler's set, I use a mouse sander to get a nice smooth surface. Hopefully this makes the chairs look less beat up and ready for another round. Time for paint. I'm spraying them outside with a paint gun. Laying down 4 thin coats of white. It's a balance between good coverage and not creating paint runs, which I definitely didn't do. The white instantly takes them from school storage cupboard to Pinterest worthy dining set. Spraying outside definitely has its challenges. The wind likes to mess with your paint mist, so you end up with spots you didn't plan on painting, like your shoes, your face, your neighbour's mailbox. Definitely wear old clothes, and maybe warn anyone around that's nearby. Alright, I got all 8 of the chairs looking pretty fresh, took a few coats. Bit of a pain to spray these legs. Ended up brushing in the awkward spots and whatnot, but it came up real nice, pretty clean. A couple of little runs on one of them, but you can hardly see it. Pretty happy with it, to be fair. Next I'm going to put these little black chair tips on the end, 3/4 inch I think. The old local hardware store, just slide straight on. Oh, that's perfect. It's like a glove. Went for black, could have got white, but like contrast. Black tips on there. Once I get these on, what I'll do is put the cushions on. Good to go. I think the cushions should be here today. I'll get it finished today, which is good. These rubber feet turned out to be a nightmare to get on. I tried pushing them, twisting them, hitting them with a hammer. Nothing worked. In the end, I just sat on the chair. Turns out my weight was exactly what it needed to squeeze them right into place. Last step, to attach the cushions. Got 8 of these bangers from Temu again. Where they got super cheap. It's like $7 each. Yeah, if I get the stores in New Zealand, they'd be like 25 easy. Just the tenderizing a bit again. The loops, you just got to. It comes as a loop, not as a tire, which is weird. And you just cut it off, which I don't get because it's just going to fray. But I don't have a choice, I guess. You know, cut them to length, tie it on, and see what happens. I picked grey cushions because they're simple and go off the chairs, but honestly I wanted to get like a light green, but they were all out of stock, so grey it is. Still looks pretty fresh though. And there they are, fresh, clean and completely unrecognisable from where they started. Still solid and comfortable and hopefully good for another couple of decades, or at least until someone carves their initials into the back again. Alright, finished. 8 dining chairs. Nice, upcycled. Happy as of those. The cushions are a touch big, hangs over the edge just a bit. Not much, but enough to look a bit silly, but not the end of the world. Still works mint as. I mean, those things were going in the trash before I found them on Facebook Marketplace. Saved them from the landfill, I guess. I mean, they were $10 each, and then the cushion was $7, a couple bucks for the paint on each one. The feet were a couple of dollars. Less than 20 bucks a chair there, sorted. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more DIY wood revival content. Thanks for watching.